What's up, Broke Man Finance? My name is Adam, and today has sucked. If you haven't been paying attention to the stock market, I gotta take a drink before we talk about this. Today, on June 11th, it suffered its biggest setback in 3 months. If you're sitting there thinking, well, the stock market goes up and down, who cares? It's just, one day out of 365. What's the big deal? The big deal is it's 2020. 2020 is the equivalent of going to the doctor and them telling you got good news and bad news. Good news is you don't have the Rona. But the bad news is you got herpes. Because we're never going to get rid of this year. We got riots all over the country. The stock market's dropping. And I'm still sitting over here trying to figure out, do we have murder hornets? Do we not have murder hornets? Nobody's talking about it. And then you have Trump calling out the Oracle of Oklahoma over his airline decisions when he started dumping Delta and all of his positions in the travel industry. You don't do that. It's Warren Buffett. The guy knows a thing or two. Then Trump wants to tell him that he was wrong, he made a mistake, and guess what happened today? So let's talk about what happened today. And let's see. By the way, Highland Brewing from Asheville, North Carolina, a little Gaelic ale is what I'm sipping on today. Sipping on a little scissor. That's what I'm working with. So what happened today? Well, the stock suffered their biggest one-day setback in 3 months. Now, if you go back 3 months, March 2020 was a pretty bad month. With the economy starting to slowly reopen, California, Texas, these huge states are just seeing these upticks of coronavirus cases. It's been such a surge that people are starting to freak out again about the potential of the economy shutting down all over again. The Dow Jones plummeted 7%, around over 1,800 points. The S&P 500 fell almost 6%. The Nasdaq dropped 5.3%. The major averages posted their worst day since March 16th and dropped almost 11%. For the S&P 500, this is the first 3-day losing streak since March. Dan Deming, the managing director of KKM Financial, said this: "You're seeing the psychology in the market get retested today. The reality is this thing is going to linger longer than probably the market had anticipated." Because of this Rona uptick and news scare, what do you think were the first industries to just get smashed? People were dumping airlines, cruises, all that appreciation and all that gain they had seen over the first few weeks, completely gone. Last time I looked, I think Boeing was down almost 20%. United Airlines, Delta, Southwest, American, all dropped more than 11%. Everybody was loving Carnival Cruises here recently because they were trending back upwards. People had bought some shares whenever it was on the low. People were feeling good about it. Straight back down. One of the first industries to get hit. They're down over 15%. Norwegian Cruise Lines, they're down over 15%. Gap, Kohl's, these retailers that depend on people coming to their store, these brick and mortar places, and buying retail, they're down a bunch. Not to mention SPG is suing Gap for unpaid rent. Are we on the brink of some second wave of hold on, I'm not going to say it. Ronaviruses just coming and just destroying the economy again, and worst of all, taking lives and just ruining lives and businesses across the country? Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, I think I'm saying that right, told CNBC's Jim Cramer for Mad Money that we cannot shut the economy down again. The Federal Reserve cannot offset that second wave of Roni. They can't just keep printing money. That's not the way it works. Former FDA Commissioner Scott Gottlieb told CNBC Squawk Box that Texas and California and these huge states never really got rid of that first wave of Rona. So it's not necessarily a second wave. They're still riding the first one. Some good news though, on Wednesday, the Nasdaq, which tracks tech companies, they jumped up to a record high of over 10,000. The crazy thing to me about this market right now is we're so hypersensitive to this illness and the potential for the economy to shut back down. We're nervous about leaving our money in the market. So the slightest cough or sneeze, we're ready to pull it out and say, nope, I ain't doing that again. I got my fingers crossed that tomorrow will be a better day and that hopefully we'll start trending back upwards. If not, then you know what? See opportunity in chaos. See the good and the bad. If everything's starting to drop, well, you know what? Everything's back on sale. Buy stuff on the cheap. My name is Adam Wilson. This is Broke Man Finance. I hope tomorrow that all your stocks are trending upward and you make a lot of money. Until then, please remember to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys later.